Well, hello, welcome. Have you ever sat down to pray and had absolutely nothing to say? Not because you don't love God, but just because you might be tired, your head might be full of things, and you might sound like you've been saying the same old thing 100 times before. And so you just sit there a bit guilty, and then you think, I can't pray. I'm going to get up, make a cup of tea, put the kettle on, start my day. And if you've ever felt like this, then this is the video for you. Here's what I've learned in the last few years, and it's changed everything for me. Sometimes you don't need better words, you need something to do with your hands. Hi, I'm Bev Jessup, and I've been a speech language therapist for over 34 years, and now I help Christian women to connect with their faith through creativity and to hear that voice of God whilst they are painting or drawing or sketching or doodling. And I'm going to show you now how to do that. So grab your cup of tea. I've got a lovely masala chai here, and grab your journal. Let me just show you my journal that I did this afternoon. Hopefully you can all see it. So we're going to be drawing branches today, and I think you're going to really love it. So grab your pencils and pens, whatever pen you got. If you've got a waterproof pen, that would be really good. Any pencils I'll be using in this video, you'll see me using Inktense pencils, and you can use water with that, or you can not use water, whatever. And grab your journal. Let's share my screen with you. This is live, if you're wondering, but this bit I recorded especially for you. Okay, so this is, you can see, this is an old sketchbook, and I started it mainly to go through the book of Proverbs, and you can see that I've used discs here, which are arc discs, which are quite easy to get, and then I've made the cover with just some magazine and fabrics, and this is just collage fabric, and then I've written a kind of like a prayer here, and it goes through the book of Proverbs, as you can see. So I'm not going to go through all of that, but you can see they're all very different as it goes. Some of them have got collage, some of them are sketches, and what I have used are Inktense pencils, and I'm going to do it with you today. So these are just some sample pictures, and then I've got some sermon notes here, as you can see. Yep, so this is going to go into church. I do some doodling and sketching and colouring in. I'm actually the only one who does it in church, but I've managed to get someone to do it with me, which is really nice. He's a fairly new Christian. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. All right, so let's get to a page that is blank. There we are. Okay, we're on a page that is blank, and today we're going to be using Inktense pencils, and you can see them here. I love these pencils. My husband bought them. I use them every day in my quiet times, and yeah, so they're really lovely. And then what else I've got? I've got a uni pen, which is, if you can see, water and fade proof pigment ink. So that's really useful for my prayers, my writing. And then I've got these are also Inktense brushes, water brushes, and you can see inside there's some water, and then I just release the water by pressing it here. And I've got two of those, one's wide and one's fine tip. So today what we're going to do is just draw a branch and have some fun. So nothing needs to be perfect. is not about perfection. This is all about getting closer to God, isn't it? So that's what I want you to think about as I do this. So here we are. Just gentle lines. Not much thought is going into it actually. As I draw this, I'm thinking of the branches, and I'm thinking of that remain in me that's come to my mind, and I will remain in you. So just have some fun drawing these. Maybe you want to put other branches in there, but yeah, just have some fun. And I might put some leaves on here because I've got lots of colours. So as you are drawing with me, you can see I've made a mistake there, but that's okay. Just keep on going. We learn from our mistakes. It's okay. I have so many women who just say, "Oh, I'm not creative," but apparently David Hockney said, "If you can write, you can draw." I think that's one of his famous quotes. So I hope that you will see that. But from a Christian point of view, when people say, "Oh, I'm not very creative," I can't draw to save my life. I hear all these things, and I hear them from Christian women, and I think, you're made in the image of God, and our God is creative. I mean, look what he did. He created the heaven and the earth, all the seas and the creatures, all the different types of creatures, and the sea and the land and the sky. He created them in 6 days. He's amazing. And we are fearfully and wonderfully made. So when we say, "Oh, I'm rubbish at this, can't possibly do a drawing," have you tried? Have you even tried? Or are you just judging yourself? Because God doesn't judge you that way. So I know some of you might be thinking, "Oh, well, it's all right for you, Bev." But how did I get like here? I got here because I tried. And anyway, I'm adding some brown here, and you can see it's very rough, all very rough. And as I think about that, I'm not perfect. I'm thinking, yes, that's true. I'm not perfect, but I know someone who is. So we're just having a go here, colouring it in. Can you see how none of it is perfectly? It's not about performance. It's not about colouring it in perfectly. And I'll show you why I'm not colouring it in perfectly. Because we will be using water in a minute. So even though I fancy a bit of yellow in here, so I might actually put a bit of yellow in there. That's sunshine. So tell me in the comments where you are tuning in from. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my water pen here, and I'm going to start adding the water pen to make it activated and brighter and more vibrant, as you can see. And it's just so relaxing when you do this. I love these pencils so much. I really recommend them because it is really relaxing. And none of it is perfect, as you can see. I'm not trying to stick to the lines, but not really. Not really doing a good job here. But it's fine because I'm just having time with the Lord. So obviously I'm talking to you now, But as I would do this, I'd be talking to the Lord. Just thank you, Jesus, for this moment with you. Thank you that I am rooted in you. Thank you that you are my foundation. Thank you that I can completely depend on you. So as you do yours as well, your branch, have a little chat with God. Because that's what prayer is about, really, isn't it? It's about just having a chat with God. And then stopping and listening. While your hands are busy, you'll find that God will say something to you. This morning I was doing my quiet time. Sorry, I keep saying this morning, it's actually this afternoon, because this morning I had to rush off to work. I work with stroke survivors, and so I had to get on and help them. But in the afternoon I was free, and I had my quiet time in the afternoon, and I always start with the fact that God is my CEO. You know, he guides me, he's my guide. And as I was praying, I sensed him saying about the Great Commission. And so what I'm going to do here is just thank him about the Great Commission. Now, one of the things I like doing is actually using a pencil. I haven't got a pencil here at the moment, but if you did a wave of lines, see if I can draw. I'm really working off the cuff here. So I'm going to draw some lines here, and hopefully you'll be able to see them in yellow. I'm going to draw them here. And you can see these wavy lines at the bottom, and then I'm going to actually write the Great Commission here, because those are the words that I felt God saying to me this morning. And I'm going to use the lines to help me guide through this. Now normally I don't use lines, to be honest. I just go for it, but I think lines would be useful for you if you want it to look as, you know, within the lines. But the lines don't need to be at perfect equidistance and all that sort of thing. Now remember, this isn't about perfection. So the Great Commission. Anyway, so as he was sharing this, I was thinking, oh, what's that got to do with me? Obviously, we are all called for the Great Commission. But I was trying to work out how would that be useful for my business? How can I do that in my business? And that's where it all came. So within the Sketch and Collage Collective, I have created what I call a kitchen guide. And this kitchen guide is, I'm just going to draw some leaves now. I'm going to show you how easy it is to draw leaves. And they're all different colours. And again, this is really relaxing, being able to do this. Going back to the kitchen table scenario with the Great Commission, I was thinking about the lady down the road. I don't know who the lady is down the road, but you might have a friend, a neighbour down the road who likes knitting, likes doing crafty things, and you think, oh, I wonder whether I could get Barbara to my craft group. But your craft group is a bit different. Okay, you've invited some of your church friends, and Barbara's thinking, oh, I don't really go to church, not into that sort of thing. I'm quite happy to listen to you talk about it, but it's not really my cup of tea. Maybe she says that. I've been in that situation. And then you say to Barbara, well, I'm just doing this craft group. Some of the ladies from church come, and I just thought you might like to come along. We're just doing, some cutting and sticking. It's just paper crafts, really. And we will be, my friends will probably be writing Bible verses, but you don't need to, you might want to write a poem or something. That's okay. And well, Barbara says, okay, I'll come along. Hopefully she says that. Pray about it first. And yeah, so she comes along, and your friends are doing their collage, their folio, and they talk about the Bible sort of very informally. And she witnesses God in a real way, in a place where she feels comfortable, which is a kitchen table. And she's thinking, oh, well, maybe come a few times here, and then maybe I might feel comfortable enough to come to church, because I've now got to know my friend and her friends. So if I come to church, it's not going to feel a bit scary, at least I know a few people. And I think that would be amazing, wouldn't it? So that is what the picture that I felt God had given me. And I was just so excited about this, because that is my mission, for more women to run groups, just very low key, at their kitchen table, and to share the gospel in a really calm, friendly, non-threatening way. And I think it will be really lovely to do. So that's what I've done this afternoon. And when these things happen really quickly, and God gives me a message, and then I go and act on it, I know it's God, because it works so quickly, and it just happens, and I think, well, I couldn't have done that. It must be God. So yeah, so if you're not part of the Sketch and Collage Collective, you'll find the link down below. So here I am, just sharing that, and if you wanted to kind of like go over it in pen, you could as well. And you could also write your prayers here. And I think take some time now to write your prayers. I'm going to just be quiet for a minute while I write my prayers to God. Okay, and then if you have any Bible verses that you want to add, you can add them on here. And just take your time creating. You might want to go over this in black. I think sometimes when you go over the imperfection, it kind of, like here, it looks really nice going over the imperfections. And you might want to even doodle. So have a go at doodling. Love doodling. So some of the spaces I cover with doodle. And again, while I'm doodling, I often find God is saying something to me in those moments. So take some time to listen to what he's saying. So there you have it. I hope you will have your quiet time as well. Okay, so I'm going to just stop sharing with you. Yeah, so there you have it, and I hope that you are just seeing that Crafty Girl makes. I don't know what your real name is, but I think that's amazing. If you can bring Christ wherever you are in different campgrounds, can you imagine how you can spread that gospel in a very low key way? So I'm going to share with you the Sketch and Collage Collective so you can see what's inside it. Hopefully I can find it. Okay, so let me just share with you the whole thing. There it is. Okay, so here we've got the Sketch and Collage Collective, and this is the kitchen table guide. So all you need to do is download it, click here to download it, and you will see it. Where is it? You'll see it in my downloads folder, wouldn't you? So let me just share the downloads folder. And go to downloads, click here, goes into my downloads folder, and there it is. You can see it here, and it will give you instructions on how to set up your kitchen table group, invite friends, what resources you need, and the rhythm of the work of the session. So I think you are all going to really enjoy that. I'm going to close that. And inside the collective, you get a different folio each month, and this is what a folio looks like. So again, got instructions, step-by-step instructions, some journaling prompts, and some things to cut out and make your page. So close that one as well. So there you have it inside the collective. You can watch the little video that we have as well at the top, which sounds like this. So that just is a quick video, and let me just show you what else is inside. Oh, right, so we've got the interactive journaling jar in there. We've got some mini envelopes that you can print and cut out. This is the kitchen table guide. We've also got a Canva crash course. So if you want to do some Canva and learn how to do it in a simple way, some little hacks, they're all in there. And we've got 3 folios already in there. And I will be, as the Holy Spirit guides me, totally dependent on God here, giving gifts out. So the next gift is coming around Christmas time, and I'm going to, I might have a little example here. Let me just stop sharing my screen so you can see it. So I don't know if you can see it very well. Okay, there it is, my blue wren matchbox kit, and yeah, it's got little kind of, got them upside down I think, but yeah, there you are, kingfisher one. So I'm putting that kit together for Christmas, and I've got another kit that's a genealogy kit that's going to go sometime in the new year. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So thank you for joining me. Thank you, Natalie. We've got Natalie from Nova Scotia, sorry, and we've got Jennifer as well, who's traveling around, who's in Colorado. So Lovely to see you all. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you again. Take care. God bless. Bye.